And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Strat Baseball History. 2 thumbs up. Don't forget to give a thumbs up, subscribe, and like the channel. My name is Joe, bringing you another game from our 1962 Strat Baseball Basic Cards and Dice replay, this time between the Los Angeles Angels and the Minnesota Twins. The Angels come in at 1-1 on the young season. The Twins, undefeated as of yet at 3-0, with a powerful lineup to back them up. On the mound today for Minnesota will be Dick Stigman, 12-5, a 3.66 ERA in 15 starts, 122 hits allowed in 143 innings, 64 walks, 116 strikeouts, and 19 homers, making his first start of the season. He will face a Los Angeles Angels lineup of center fielder Albie Pearson, second baseman Billy Moran, left fielder Leon Wagner, first baseman Lee Thomas, catcher Buck Rogers, third baseman Felix Torres, right fielder George Thomas, shortstop Joe Kopp, and the pitcher for Los Angeles, Eli Gerba. Playing the field for Minnesota today, behind the plate, Earl Batty. At first base, Vic Power. Second baseman, Bernie Allen. Third base, Richie Rollins. And at short, Zolo Versal. In left field, Harmon Killebrew. In center field, Tuttle. He's filling in for somebody. Bill Tuttle. And in right field, Allison. Who's he filling in for, by the way? Green. Green is out for a couple of games, I believe. I failed to make that note. I'll have to check on that. Leon Green is out. Or, let's see. Sorry, Lenny Green. He's out for a couple of days. So Tuttle is playing center in his place. So, without any further talk, Dick Stigman is on the mound ready to deal to Albie Pearson. Pearson steps in. How about a 3-7? That's a ground ball to third. Rollins picks it up and fires it to Power for the first out. One down for Los Angeles. Here's Billy Moran, the second baseman. First time we've seen Los Angeles this season on the channel. Moran, 282, 17 homers, and 74 ribbies in 62. Stickman pitches a 5-8, is a grounder to short X. The shortstop, Versal, is a 2. We roll a 2, and that is a base hit just under the glove. And Moran finds himself at first. He's a D-stealer, but Leon Wagner knows how to hit. 268, 37 homers, 107 ribbies to face Stigman. Stigman's pitch is a 1-8 and down on strikes. Good job for Stigman. As we write the K between the dice, and 2 down now for Los Angeles. The Angels have Lee Thomas coming up. 290, 26, and 104. A good Angels lineup here. Stigman deals a 5-9. That's a strikeout. He strikes out the next 2 with a runner on. And no score for the Angels here in the first. Bernie Allen going to be leading off for Minnesota against Los Angeles Angels pitcher Eli Gerba. Eli had 29 starts, 8-9, with a 4.54 ERA in 1962, 185 hits allowed and 176 innings pitched, 75 walks, 90 Ks, and he gave up 19 long balls. Bernie Allen ready to go. That's a 6-10. Ground ball is short. Kopp is a 3. We roll a 3. Not a good sign. That's a base hit for Allen to lead it off for the Twins. Allen not a speed threat. Unconventional leadoff man. It's all about on base for him, and Vic Power comes to the plate. The pitch from Gerba, a 3-6. That's a line drive right at the third baseman. Torres snags that one. And that's your first out of the inning. We'll bring up Rich Rollins. A good hitting, a good hitter. He's going to ground catcher's card X on the 6-4. Rogers is a 2. We roll a 4. That's going to make it a wild pitch followed by a foul out. So Allen advances on the wild pitch, and then Rollins fouls out to the catcher, Rogers, for the second out. That'll bring up Harmon Killebrew with 2 down and Allen in scoring position. Killebrew, a huge season in 62, 48 homers, 126 RBIs, to go with a 243 average and 106 walks. He will strike out more than his fair share, but when he makes contact, look out. So Gerber to pitch to Killebrew. High tension here in the first. The 4-11 fly ball left field to X. Wagner's a 3. He's really having trouble measuring this one. Love when this happens. It's a 10. That's an out. Wagner comes over, makes the out, retires Killebrew, and that's the end of the first for Minnesota. 1-0. Nothing after 1. Rogers, Torres, and Thomas coming up for Stigman. Buck Rogers, 258, 6, and 61 from behind the plate for the Angels. Stigman with the pitch, a 5-10 grounder to third. Rollins is a 3. We roll a 15. That's going to be an E5. So, Rogers reaches on the error. And Felix Torres, at 259, 11, and 74, comes to bat for the Angels. Stigman pitches. About a 2-6. Home run 1-8 or a double. That's deep but off the wall. Torres round second. Rogers around third. Rogers a 1-13 to score. They're sending him with no asterisks, and he is out. We should never send anybody, apparently. The last 2 guys we've sent cut down at the plate. Rogers is out, especially with no outs. We probably could have held him up there, but being aggressive early. No score, no harm, no foul. We'll have Torres on second with George Thomas coming up. Thomas 238, 4 and 12. Torres not fleet of foot. The pitch by Stigman. That's a 1-10. And that's a ground ball down to short. They're going to look Torres back to second before throwing on to first. Versal to Power for the second out. That'll bring up Joe Kopp with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position. Stigman pitches. That is a 1-10. And that's a fly ball out to center. Tuttle roams over and squeezes it for the third out. So nothing doing for Los Angeles in the second. They leave 1 and go to the bottom of the second inning. No score, with Allison, Batty, and Versal coming up. So Bob Allison, ready for the pitch from Gerba. Having trouble rolling dice today. Ground ball, third base, X. Torres is a 4. I roll a 6. That's past Torres for a base hit for Allison. Those defensive 4s will give up a lot of base hits. So now he's got a C, which reminds me, Batty is a -3. So they're not holding Allison at first, due to the good arm of Rogers, which makes him a 1-9, and Batty ready to hit. How about a 5-9? That's a home run 1-13 double. A deep drive by Batty, and that is gone. It is out of here. Earl Batty with a home run. A 2-run shot. And before you know it, ladies and gentlemen, it's 2-0 Minnesota. That is Batty's first home run of the season. And with nobody out here in the bottom of the second, the Twins have a 2-0 lead. And Gerber will have to shake it off and get ready to face the shortstop of Versal. How about a 2-8? He pops him up. Third baseman Torres settles under it. That's the first out of the inning. Like we need a pitcher's hitting card over here. So that'll bring up Bill Tuttle with 1 down for the Twins here in the bottom of the second. Tuttle in for the injured Lenny Green, as we've mentioned. Gerber ready to pitch, and a 2-8. A fly ball left field. That's going to be the second out as Wagner tracks it down, no problem. And brings up the pitcher Stigman to bat against Gerber. Stigman, 5-7, lines a base hit. In between short and third, Stigman gets on with 2 down. And Bernie Allen will come back up 1 for 1 on the day as Allen singled to lead off the game. Gerba deals. Say 1-6, and he's down on strikes his second time up to end the second inning. But the Twins, with a big 2-run home run by Earl Batty, take a 2-0 lead. Stigman will face Gerba, Pearson, and Moran in the third. Here's the pitcher, Gerba. Ready for the pitch, and a 4-7 is a base on balls. He had trouble finding the plate there against Gerba. Not sure why he was not just throwing it down the middle to the pitcher, but there's a man on for Albie Pearson, who grounded out his first time up. Stigman with a 6-4. This one's a fly ball to center. Huddle of 2 out there. 2 against the 2 is going to be an out. It would allow a runner to tag, but not from first. So there's 1 down. As Tuttle squeezes it. Here's Billy Moran with Gerba on first and 1 out. How about a 2-9? That's a strikeout. Third on the day for Stigman. Now 2 down here in the third. Leon Wagner to the plate with Gerba on first base. Wagner hits a 2-10. Home run 1, fly ball to right field. Otherwise, a 10 means a fly out. No problem for Allison here in the third. And Stigman gets through the inning after the leadoff walk with no damage. Minnesota leading by 2 and looking to add to it as we go to the bottom of the third with Power, Rollins, and Killebrew coming up. Eli deals to Vic Power. Was 0 for 1 on the day. A 6-4 catcher's card X. Rogers is a 2. The 11 on the 2 would be a pass ball. There's nobody on base, so it's just a foul out. Powers retired. Rich Rollins comes up. 0 for 1 so far today. But a 3-9. This time he's patient. Draws a base on balls. Rollins not a stealing threat, but Harmon Killebrew is a long ball threat. And Gerba has to deal with him now with Rollins on first and 1 down. They'd love a double play if they could find one. How about a 3-10? Never mind, folks. That ball has left the building in a hurry. Harmon Killebrew slams this one into deep center field, dead straight away. No doubt about it. A 3-10 on his card, a 2-run home run, and suddenly the Minnesota Twins, with Rollins scoring ahead of Killebrew, lead 4-0. A quick check of our handmade stat sheet shows us that is Harmon Killebrew's second home run of the season. Killebrew off to a nice start here to lead these Twins to a 4-0 lead. That's right, folks. I keep the stats by hand. I'll flash them every now and then, and keep you appraised of how your favorite players are doing and how your teams are faring. Oh, with 1 out here in the bottom of the third, and Minnesota now with a 4-0 lead, Bob Allison will come up. Allison singled and scored a run his last time up, his only time up so far today. How about a 5-7? He's going to do it again. Line drive up the middle off a shaky Gerba right now. They will hold Allison. They will not hold Allison, looking for the double play here against Batty. Batty homered his first time up. Back in the second, a 2-run shot that put the Twins on the board. He'll look to add to their lead right now as Gerba deals. A 4-12. That's a ground ball down to first. Lee Thomas is going to grab it and flip to Gerba for the second out. Allison is going to move up to second. And Versal now will have an at-bat with a runner in scoring position with 2 down. Gerba deals to Versal a 6-7 double 1-12 single 13. Make it a double, folks. That's another run in. As Allison comes around to score on the gapper by Versal. 5-0 Minnesota here in the third, and Gerba is getting treacherously close to being done with this one. Here's Bill Tuttle with 2 outs. How about a 1-5? That's a base on balls. And the only reason he's staying in this game right now is because he gets to face the pitcher. First and second, 2 outs for Dick Stigman, who did single his first time up. Gerba with the pitch, a 1-3. That's a ground ball down to second base. Moran scoops it up gratefully. The 8th batter of the inning is retired. But the Twins pick up 3 more big runs here in the third and now lead a comfortable 5-0. As we go to the fourth. The Angels will send their 4, 5, 6 hitters, Thomas, Rogers, and Torres, to face Stigman. Here's Lee Thomas. But a 2-6. That's a double 1 to 8, single 9 to 20. There's a base hit for Lee Thomas. Through the right side, and he's on. As you see stealing, they will not hold him because of Batty's good arm. And that brings up Buck Rogers. But a 6 and 9. A double 1 to 15, single 16 to 20. Oh, there's a base hit for Buck Rogers. Lee Thomas scurries over to third, and it's first and third. Runners at the corners with nobody out here. We got to ignore the runner at third. Try for the double play ball. Felix Torres comes to bat. Torres doubled his only plate appearance today. Stigman with the pitch is a fly ball to right field C, a shallow fly ball. Allison runs in on it, makes the catch, and everybody going to have to hold right where they are. So 1 down, runner still at the corners for George Thomas, who's 0 for 1 on the day. How about a 5-8? It's going to be a grounder to short. Rosal is a 2. 17 on the 2 is a 3. Out. So that is a 6 to 4 to 3. A double play to get Stigman out of the trouble inning here. No runs for Los Angeles in the fourth. And we continue to the bottom of the fourth. The Twins with a 5-0 lead. And the top of the order coming up, Allen, Powers, and Rollins. Gerber comes out for the fourth. We'll see if he sticks around for long. He's going to pitch to Allen. But a 6-10. It's a ground ball to shortstop. Cops a 3. 17 is going to be an easy out. 6 to 3 for the first out. Allen is retired. Here comes Vic Power, 0 for 2 on the day. Got a 3-7. Pops this one up on the infield. Moran roams over and takes it for the second out. 2 quick outs here for Gerber against the Twins, and Rollins comes up. 0 for 1 on the day, walked and scored a run his last time up. The pitch is a 2-11. Chopping ground ball down to third. Torres gloves it and guns it over to Lee Thomas at first. And that's a 1-2-3 inning, badly needed for Gerber. The Twins, no hits, no runs, but they still lead by 5 as we go to the fifth. Leading it off for the Angels against Stigman is Joe Kopp. How about a 3-7? And Kopp, with a good at bat, draws a base on balls. Well, now here's where Gerber probably has to come out. They have to start the comeback somewhere, folks. And it looks like it's going to be right here. Ellie Gerber's day is done. We're going to bring in a pinch hitter for him here to try to start getting some runs back. It's a little early. Well, the Angels would like to get on the board. Oops, I just put Gerber with the wrong team, folks. Hold on a second. Man, you've got to, man. They traded him right in the middle of the game. No. They're like, take him off the mound and give him to Minnesota. Send him to the wrong dugout. Gerber walks to the wrong dugout in a daze. Hey, listen, they just came off a home game. He didn't know where he was. So Gerber's out after 4 innings of work. And we will see a pinch hitter. The pinch hitter for Los Angeles. There was a good hitting pitcher too, but not that good. Pinch hitter for Los Angeles is going to be Steve Bilko. So Bilko, 287 on the year, with 8 homers, 38 RBIs, and 164 at-bats. A good on-base percentage, good power. Stigman will face him with Kopp at first. Here's the pitch, a 5-7. Ground ball to second. Allen's a 2. 18 on Allen's 2 is an out 3. That's a 4-6 to 3. A double play, and suddenly there are 2 outs. Bilko, frustrated, throws his bat as he runs out the single slowly to first, or the double play slowly to first. It's hard to keep track of what's happening in my brain sometimes. Ladies and gentlemen, here in 1962, 11 years before I was born, I don't know what's going on sometimes. What the hell am I talking about? I don't know, Bill, but Albie Pearson's coming at bat. He's 0 for 2 on the day, and Stigman's ready to pitch. Well, you've had a drink of water. See how it goes. A line out to second base for the final out of the 5th. And the Angels again fail to score against Stigman. We're going to have a new pitcher. As Bilko grabs some pine after that ground out. See if they bring us an innings eater, folks. They do. It's going to be Ryan Duran. He's a poor fielding pitcher 5. A POW of 3. And you can bet they'll try to get at least 2 or 3 innings out of him if this score doesn't get any closer. He's going to have the unfortunate task of facing the heart of the powerful Twins lineup. Killebrew, Allison, and Batty due up. Killebrew homered his last time up. He's 1 for 2 on the day officially, and Duran's ready to go. So here's the pitch to Killebrew. 2-9 is a strikeout. Duran coming right after him. Gets him with a wicked curveball. And there's one down. Here's Bob Allison. 2 for 2, 2 singles, 2 runs scored on the day. Bob making a case for being the leadoff hitter. Well, this time he cues this one on the ground towards short. That's to Kopp, and he picks it up and throws it over to Thomas for the second out. Here's Earl Batty. Batty 1 for 2 with a 2-run home run back in the second. He bats with 2 outs here. A 2-8 is a line drive right to the second baseman Moran, and that is the third out. A 1-2-3 inning for Duran as he comes in. Do some work. Trying to keep the Angels close enough not to come back. And Stigman here in the 6th inning will face Billy Moran, Leon Wagner, and Lee Thomas. Moran 1 for 2 on the day, struck out his last time up, and Stigman pitches a 6-9. That's going to be a base hit. Could be in the gap for a double. It is all the way to the wall. Moran cruises into second as that one's retrieved and thrown in quickly. Billy Moran on second right away, and Leon Wagner comes to the plate. Wagner 0 for 2, struck out and flew out to right. Stigman deals to him. How about a 5-6? Wagner down on strikes for the second time. A big strikeout by Stigman to get that first out of this inning. And Lee Thomas coming to the plate. Good power for Thomas. Singled his last time up. Struck out back in the first. Stigman's pitch, a 5-3. Second strikeout in a row for Stigman. He's dialing it up here against the middle of the order. And now Moran still standing out on second, hoping Buck Rogers can come through with a base hit. This is not the 25th century, folks, but Rogers is hoping to bring Stigman up on short time. What a 6-4 fly ball to center field. Tuttle roams over. A 16 on a center field 2 is going to be an out 4. That's the third out of the inning as Tuttle squeezes it. And the Angels once again fail to score. Dick Stigman has himself an intact shutout through 6. The Twins leading 5-0. For Minnesota in the bottom half, it's going to be the bottom of the order, Versal, Tuttle, and Stigman himself. Duran in for his second inning of work, deals to Versal. How about a 6-4 ground ball to second? Moran's a 2. 16, that's going to be an E4. Not good news. Billy Moran boots it. Versal finds himself on at first. He's surprised by it. He thought Moran had that all day. So did Moran. I don't know what that is. Get out of here. So Bill Tuttle coming to the plate. The big Minnesota lead. Tuttle 0 for 1 on the day with a base hit. With a base on balls. And Ryan Duran ready to deal. What a 3-7. Tuttle, showing a good eye, draws his second consecutive walk. And this looks like sacrifice territory for Dick Stigman. He'll try to sacrifice against Duran and move these runners into scoring position. A 6 on the basic sacrifice chart is a sacrifice hit to the third baseman. He bunts it down to third base line. Torres rushes in. Picks it up and flings it to Thomas in time to nab Stigman, but the successful sacrifice moves 2 runners into scoring position with only 1 out. And Bernie Allen will look to come through and extend the Minnesota lead. Doran ready, and he deals Allen in the box. 5 of 4. That's a catcher's card X. Rogers is a 2. We roll a 3. Safe at first on a drop pop-up. That's another Angels error. And that will let a run score as Versal comes home. The second error of the inning. And now it's runners at the corners as Bernie Allen reaches on that dropped pop-up by Buck Rogers. So Vic Power comes in to hit first and third against Ryan Duran. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. Duran with a 4-10 ground ball to third base. Uh-oh, Torres is a 4. That's a 10. And that's another error, ladies and gentlemen. An E5. Oh my goodness, their 3rd error of the inning. Allows Tuttle to come in and score the 2nd run of the inning. Nobody's helping out Ryan Duran here. It's now 7-0 Minnesota. And the Angels hang their heads in shame. Angels manager's losing his goddamn mind. Gosh darn, Billy. Whatever, John. But listen, Rich Rollins is coming to the plate first and second, 1 man down. And the Los Angeles squad has to start catching the ball. That's all it comes down to. Duran deals to Rollins, hoping he doesn't hit it. Well, it's another catcher's card X. Rogers has a chance to redeem himself. A 4 on a catcher 2. Well, there's a wild pitch, followed by a foul out. So the wild pitch allows the runners to move up, but they do get the 3rd out as Rollins fouls out, and Rogers goes and gets it. So there are finally 2 outs, but now you have to deal with Harmon Killebrew with runners at 2nd and 3rd, and 2 outs. Duran deals. What a 6-5. That's a strikeout. He gets Killebrew swinging, and that will end, mercifully, the 6th inning for Minnesota. 2 runs on 3 errors and a walk. No hits that inning. And the Twins now lead 7-0 as we head to the 7th. Brief text message check. Talking to the babe about dinner. It is that time. So here's Felix Torres trying to get something going for the Angels. Like to redeem his error from the last inning. Stigman deals a 6-7, single 1 to 7 or a line out to short. Well, it's a 20, and the Angels cannot catch a break as Torres lines out. That'll bring up George Thomas. Is it worth hitting? Such a big... No, they're just going to hit it out, I think. 1-10 against Stigman. That's a ground ball to short. No problem for Versal. Over to Power for the 2nd out here in the 7th inning. And that's going to bring up Kopp. How about a 2-12? It's based on balls. And I think that means that Doran's done. Because they will bring in a pinch hitter. With Kopp on first, they'll be looking for somebody, frankly, who could hit the ball out of the ballpark right here, folks. Well, let's see who Los Angeles can call upon to try to stir up some magic and start the comeback. Well, we've got Eddie Yost on the bench. He's a pretty good hitter. Now, you know what? It's going to be Jim Fregosi. Fregosi, a solid on-base percentage, .291 hitter, .356 on base, 3 homers and 23 RBIs and 175 ABs. He's ready to hit against Stigman here in the 7th. What a 1-3. Well, that's a base on balls. He just missed home run chance. But Fregosi does continue the inning. He gets on base. And Stigman might be starting to get a little tired now. 2 base on balls here. He's going to have to face Albie Pearson with runners on first and second and 2 outs. How about a 4-10? That's a fly ball lofted to center. Stigman's going to get out of the inning as Tuttle roams over and takes that one for the last out of the 7th. Angels fail to score again. And it's 7-0 Minnesota as we head to the bottom of the 7th. The new pitcher for the Twins is going to be Jack Spring. Jack Spring will come in and see if he can eat some innings. He is a pitcher 3, EOW 2. So he has just enough to get through the rest of this one, if they let him. He's going to face Allison, Batty, and Versal here in the 7th. So Allison to the plate. There's a 1-7, a triple 1 to 6 or a single. That's going to be a base hit for Allison up the middle. And he's on. They won't hold him, and Earl Batty comes to bat. Batty 1 for 3 on the day, a 5-7. Well, there's a base on balls. An auspicious start for Jack Spring in containing this Minnesota lineup. Here's Versal. Versal with occasional power. He did hit 17 homers in 62. He'd like to connect here. Spring deals a 1-8, and that's a base hit. Allison rounds third. He's a 1-14, and with a huge lead, they're going to go ahead and send him. And Versal will get an RBI as the throw comes into second. So, 3 straight base runners here for Jack Spring. And Bill Tuttle to the plate. First and second, still nobody out. How about a 6-8? That's a fly ball to left field. That's going to be taken by Wagner for the first out. And Stigman going to do the right thing here and sacrifice again. Well, this time that sacrifice isn't an 11. He pops out to first, and the runners will stand right where they are. Stigman just got under that one and lofted it up into the charging first baseman's glove. And there are 2 down as Bernie Allen comes to the plate, 1 for 4 officially on the day. How about a 6-8 fly ball to left field? Wagner roams over, and that's the final out of the 7th. But the Twins pick up yet another run, and now lead 8-0 as we go to the 8th. Stigman ready to deal with Moran, Wagner, and Thomas. Here's Moran, a 6-4 fly ball center field. Tuttle's a 2. There's that dreaded 18 roll. But that's an out 5 on a 2. So Moran is down. And here's Leon Wagner. But a 1-8. Not a good column for Moran, and he found a strikeout. So Stigman sits Wagner down for the second out, and here's Lee Thomas. With 2 outs, the Angels can't seem to get anything going. Well, Thomas finally gets a base hit. Another 2-out base hit. Seems like that's all they've gotten today. The Angels, I'm sure that's not true, but that's how it feels after all this time, Bill. Here's Buck Rogers. I'd like to keep the inning going here in the 8th. What a 2-9. That's a fly ball to right. Allison's going to roam over, squeeze it for an easy out. And once again, the Angels fail to score in the 8th. We go to the bottom half of the inning. Twins lead 8-0, and Jack Spring will face Power, Rollins, and Killebrew. 4-8 against Power. That's a ground ball, second base. Moran's a 2. We roll a 7. And that's going to be a 4-3 to retire Power. Try to get through the rest of this one quickly, folks, as the umps want to go home. Rich Rollins, 0 for 3, a run and a walk today, 1-4. Uh-oh, Rollins gets a hold of this one. It's out to deep, deep left field, and that is gone. A solo home run for Rollins, and that's just the way things are going for the Angels today, as the Twins now lead 9-0. That was a good pitch by Spring, and Rollins just went out there, golfed it out of the park. Well, now Spring's got to deal with Killebrew, who can do that by accident. Killebrew, a big, strong hitter. How about a 6-8? He tries, flies this one out to deep left field. Wagner back on the edge of the track. Harmon didn't get it all, though. He just got that one off the hands, and Wagner takes it in for the second out. Here's Bob Allison. Allison with 3 base hits on the day. How about a 1 and home run 1-18 triple? Jack Springs pitching batting practice, and Allison takes advantage. A fly ball that leaves the park for the 10th Twins run on the day. And Springs going to sit in there and take his medicine, it looks like, folks. Well, by rule in this league, he has to come out if he gives up one more hit in his POW inning or walk. And he'll face Earl Batty, who's also homered today. How about a 5-7? Well, there's a base on balls. And disgusted, the manager's going to pull him. So Jack Spring did not have a good day for the Twins. He's going to get pulled, and Bob Botts going to come in. Pitcher 5, relief 3. Botts, he'll try to get the final out here in the 8th and get these Twins out of here. He'll face Versal, who is 2 for 4 on the day. He's had a double, a single, 2 runs batted in, scored on a, reached on an error and scored back in the 6th. Bob Botts ready to deal. The 6-5, he gets him to fly to right field for the final out of the inning. George Thomas roams over, takes that one. But not before 2 home runs add 2 more runs and put the Twins up in a big way. Who the hell knows how many to nothing. Stigman comes out with a shutout intact to pitch to Torres, Thomas, and Kopp in the 9th. Here's Felix Torres, 1-4-3 on the day, a double back in the 2nd. 5-4 is a catcher's card X. Batty, a very good fielding catcher, 1. A 3 on the 1 will be a pass ball that doesn't matter, followed by a pop out. And I lost control of the basic fielding chart, but nonetheless, that's the end of that. Here's George Thomas, who has not gotten the ball off the ground today. 3 straight grounders to short. 6-12, that's a ground ball to second, just to change it up, but a scary roll for Minnesota because that's a possible injury to the pitcher. And that's definitely going to be an injury to Stigman. Stigman pitching beautifully today, and here's what happens, folks. A 20-game injury. Yep. He's got less than 20 starts, so his max injury is 30. So on the 18, a 20-game injury to Stigman. He cannot finish this game. He can't get the complete game. Can you believe it? With 1 out. Stigman is going to miss some time. 20-game injury means he's going to miss 4 of his starts. He's more annoyed that he can't finish the game than anything. So Stigman comes out. They're going to call on pretty much anybody. Finish this one. Lee Stange is going to come in. Pitch a 3rd of an inning. Hopefully. Unless some crazy stuff happens, folks. We're not even looking at Stange's POW unless we have to. So that's an annoying loss for Minnesota. Stigman pitching so well today. He only allowed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He scattered 6 hits over 8 2/3. Allowed no runs, and he cannot finish it. As Kopp will come to the plate to face Lee Stange. 2 down. Stange is just going to get out there and try and throw strikes and get this one over with. Well, he does not do that. He walks him. Go figure. And believe it or not, Bob Botts is due up, and they're going to pinch hit. So Botts will take a seat. We go to the 2nd column for the pinch hitter. Who will be Earl Averill. Earl Averill going to come in for a pinch hit. The veteran Averill playing out the string here. With a man on, he's going to bat in place of the pitcher Botts. At least Ainge will try to get this one in the books, folks. Uh-oh, a 6-8. He does. He finds a strikeout on the 6th column, and I was worried that we were going to roll another high injury, but we do not. And that will do it. The Twins keep the shutout intact, even though it's not going to go down in the books as a shutout for Stigman. Ainge gets no save. Don't know what the hell that was. Something fell down upstairs, and everything's fine. Ladies and gentlemen, scared the crap out of me, though. Well, as I was saying... Nope, things are still falling down upstairs. Not sure what's going on, but here in the 1962 Strat Baseball History Replay with your Strat-O-Matic Cards and Dice Basic C&D game, the Minnesota Twins have defeated the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, not yet, 5, 7, 8, 10 to nothing. The powerful Twins go to improve their record to 4-0. While Anaheim, or soon to be Anaheim someday, falls to 1-2 on the season. Stigman gets the win. Ainge cleans up the mess, does not get a save because it's a 10-run lead, folks, and Gerba is going to suffer the loss. That is all for today's broadcast here from Minnesota. Thank you for tuning in to the Strat Baseball History Network. My name is Joe, and we hope you enjoyed our broadcast. Until next time, remember, it's always a good day for baseball. See you soon.